I would, of course, want to start off the reminiscing and the telling the story and our favorite moments by saying thank you to all of the listeners. Thank you to all of the guests. Thank you to all of our past hosts that we've had on the show. Darren, Rebecca, Chris, Jason, Tavia, Emily, ourselves, like it, we wouldn't have been able to do it without those people. So we always want to say thank you to all of them and to give us like it's so interesting to see how this podcast has grown throughout and to have the notoriety and the support to do this show every single week is truly special. So I wanted to, give everybody a shout out, the ones who came before us and who helped us start this podcast. So of course, shout out to that show with those guys.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm
was
not
gonna
even
say.
sure
Yeah.
if they're a thing anymore, but we were an internet radio show at first, guys. We were not a podcast, and like it's just been a crazy ride. I
Yeah.
mean, I never thought we would go to the places we would go. Never thought we would talk to the people we would talk to. But it's such a special thing because I went with a friend last night to see Superman, and literally, because he didn't know, but literally, when John Papsadera's name pops up
Yeah.
on the screen, I'm like, hey, we've had the casting director on the podcast. That
Yeah.
it's connected us with so many awesome people, and I'm just forever thankful and blessed.
Yeah, same. And I echo everything you just said about all of our previous hosts and everybody involved with the making of the show early on. And definitely huge thank you to everybody involved with that show with those guys because we were guests on their show, and for whatever reason they just I don't know, saw something in us, recognized something in us, and thought maybe we'd be pretty good at doing our own thing and approached us with the idea, which wasn't even on our radar. It was literally just a way to promote something that we were currently working on. And so for them to even plant the seed, if you will, in our head to even think about doing it was, forever grateful for them because I don't think it would even exist if they hadn't come to us with the idea to even try a show. And initially we said no. It was like, we just don't have the time to do this. We don't know how we would, and it kind of transitions into this. We don't even know how we would market it. We don't even know what we would say every week or what we would talk about. Or like, we initially had a really hard time struggling with, well, who are we as this show? What is this show? And then early on, we did have so many people involved. We had so many different personalities and so many different ideas. We were stepping on what should we be on this show. It was a struggle early on, right?
It very much was. Yeah. I mean, I remember that actually the first couple years, like we were marketing the podcast underneath our film Crazy Ant
Yeah.
Media page, like because we just didn't know how to balance everything. We didn't know how easy it was switching back and forth between the profiles. And it really got to the point where we were just posting a lot of podcast stuff underneath the Crazy Ant Media or then the Crazy Ant Films page. And we were like, but this is not who we are. And I mean, we still struggle with that. We're filmmakers who have a podcast. We're not podcasters that make films.
Correct.
So it's one of those things where to inevitably figure out the pendulum swinging and trying to figure out how to continue to build the brand while also having a voice in the community. And it's a thing that we still work on every single week, but man, oh man, if you think about where we started to where we are now, it's infinitely better. We have to enjoy the journey that is ahead, and where we have come from is so far away now. So yeah, it's been a quite a ride just figuring out the marketing plan. Think about all of the different logos that we've had, right?
Yeah.
This was a logo. This was a newer logo. Our logo now, our logo like a couple of years, like so many different ones, and trying to figure out color schemes. Obviously, wanting to stick with the yellow and black. Figuring out like graphics for the videos, figuring out graphics for the thumbnails. Like we were going for more of like a old school radio
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
when we were promoting at first, and now we kind of transitioned into a pop culture fun theatrical event type of promotional styles. But it's so interesting to see where we were and transition to where we are now. It's so fun to watch.
Well, and I think that if you go back, and maybe we should do this as a social media post, show all the logos over the years.
Right?
Uh,
Yes.
I think you can see with each logo, and the transition of the logos is a transition period in what the show is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think the logos changed to represent when we made changes to the show and how
Yeah.
we were trying to like, no, we do this, we talk about this, we do this. And early on, it literally had a radio in the graphic. So it was like,